Boy, that picture sure says a lot, doesn't it? Um, all right. I was holding out, trying to stay optimistic, trying to stay positive. But you know what? Fuck that. If something changes in the next day or two, I'm going to apologize for this video. But as of right now, Dillian White is ducking Tyson Fury like a fucking pussy. Okay? I will no longer be referring to Lillian White. I'll be referring to him as White Pussycat. Um, so just in from the Sun. Eddie Hearn is now offering Dillian White a lucrative deal to step aside to the Tyson Fury fight. Now, this is manipulation at its finest. It's a disgrace to boxing. Eddie Hearn is a fucking disgusting piece of shit and a disgrace to boxing. He's a yuppie, pompous, British coward, just like his two favorite fighters are. So now Eddie Hearn just stepped in at the last minute, offered Dillian White a gang of money to not fight Tyson Fury. Basically it says because he doesn't want White to fight Fury because it will ruin his brand. Or you're just a coward. So what Eddie Hearn has effectively done, not only did him and Anthony Joshua prevent an undisputed fight for Fury and Usyk, not only did they give White a career-high payday and the title shot he's been crying about for three or 4 years, not only did they do that, now Eddie Hearn doesn't want to risk putting White in there with Fury. You want to know why? Because here's Eddie Hearn's master plan. He knows what will happen to Dillian White if he steps in the ring with Tyson Fury. He'll get pummeled, and he knows that. So what he wants to do is rip this fight up, just like he stopped Usyk and Fury from fighting for undisputed. So his master plan is this: let's keep White sidelined for a little while. We won't have him take the beating from Tyson Fury. Then I'm going to fix the judges in the Usyk-Joshua rematch, which, to be honest, should have already happened. But they're going to continue to try aging Alexander Usyk out like they did for 3 years before Anthony Joshua mustered up the courage to fight him and then got dominated in the fight. So what Eddie Hearn's trying to do here is plain and simple. Prevent White from taking the beating from Fury. Rob Usyk on the scorecards against Joshua. And then have a big Anthony Joshua, Dillian White rematch for the British boxing's women's heavyweight title. Disgusting. How anybody can defend Eddie Hearn at this point is disgusting. It's despicable. It's disgraceful. This dude has been ruining this division for years on end at this point. And again, even back when it was Fury, again, they could have had undisputed 3 times. AJ and Wilder. Fury and AJ. And now Fury and Usyk. What's the common denominator, people? Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. Destroying the great heavyweight division. White, you are a dickless fucking coward. I don't ever want to hear this man's name ever mentioned and I don't ever want to hear the name Lillian White and title shot mentioned in the same sentence again. To me, that's an insult to the great heavyweights of the past that have had to shovel shit and fight 50 people before they even were even in consideration for a shot at the title. There is no excuses at this point, people. So AJ and Hearn fucked up the Undisputed deal that was about to be made with Fury and Usyk. So they said, fine, we'll give White his mandatory shot at Tyson Fury. We'll give him a career-high payday, and we'll give him that title shot he's been crying for the past 4 years. Now Eddie Hearn wants to prevent that also. And in the meantime, he's going to fix the cards up good and proper for Anthony Joshua, because we all know Anthony Joshua is too much of a fucking coward to leave England for a big fight. Absolutely pathetic, disgraceful, just appalling behavior by Hearn, White, and Anthony Joshua. Here you have Fury and Usyk trying to fight for legacy, trying to fight for undisputed, trying to fight for glory. Meanwhile, you have a pompous, yuppie businessman intervening and destroying that. Preventing these guys from furthering their legacy, furthering their boxing careers, making their lives better for their families. This is what happens when you do business with a pompous, yuppie, British dirtbag. Absolutely disgraceful behavior from White and Eddie Hearn and AJ. We could be sitting here right now with an undisputed Fury Usyk rematch, or for an undisputed Fury and Usyk fight. But then Eddie Hearn came in. We could be sitting here with a Fury and White fight set for April, but then Eddie Hearn intervened. We should have had an Usyk-Joshua rematch already set, but Eddie Hearn's stalling it out. If you're defending Eddie Hearn at this point, to be quite frank, I don't want you around me. I don't want you commenting on my page. I don't want you anywhere near me. How this man has tarnished this division for the past handful of years is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I also want to give a big shout out to Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, the two heavyweight champions of the world, for having to put up with these fucking cowards. God bless the both of them. They both earned their titles. And whoever gets matched up with who, I hope the white guy wins. You can call that racist all you want, but at least the two white guys aren't the one ruining this division. There's only one white guy ruining this division, and that's Eddie Hearn. Like it or not. Fucking clowns. But at this point, since they're fucking around, and see, here's the other thing. It would be nice to get an affirmation from the WBC that Fury doesn't have to fight White because he's being a big bitch. But unfortunately, the WBC wants their belt on DAZN to fight with all the rest of their Mexican hype jobs that Eddie Hearn has over there. So yeah, that's why because if it was one of the good sanctioning bodies like the WBO or the IBF that hasn't had decades of corruption pumped into it like the WBA and the WBC, they would have said, all right, here's what you're doing, here's when you're doing it, A, B, C, and D. But no, not the WBC. Eddie Hearn is a fucking disgrace to boxing. Lillian White is a fucking pussy, a coward, and a disgrace to boxing. I don't ever want to hear his name mentioned in the same fucking breath as a title shot again, ever. Anthony Joshua, you're a big roided up coward as well, who's scared to leave his comfort zone in the fucking UK for a fight. The three bitches of England. You're not even the three stooges. You're the three pussies. Absolutely disgusting behavior and a disgrace to boxing. End of story. Hit the like button and subscribe, people. You know I speak the truth. And nobody will ever stop me from doing that. God bless you all. And I'm out.